Hey everyone, it's footy tonight. Yeah, footy, football, all about the Reds and Chelsea. What do you think? Who should be playing because of these stupid injuries? Even if we had we had no injuries, would you think we'd go on? Now Chelsea, they're awful, aren't they? Chelsea are awful, worse than us. Or is anyone worse than us? But anyway, we should go out there. Whatever team we put out, I'm just saying it because I never predict anymore. With this manager, I think we've lost the ability to predict. What I mean, the ability, because you just don't know what team he's putting out. You don't know what we're playing that bad. It's just impossible to predict, if you know what I mean. So, I'd like your predictions. I'd like you to tell me who do you reckon should be playing. And when you look at other pods, we're after everybody again, getting linked with everybody. Does any fucking body believe? Honestly, does anybody believe any of this? Being linked with everyone. Just fucking stupid, honest to God. I think it's just for something to fucking say, to be honest. Big up Frank and the Red says the TW. IAT. Edward. Hello, Frank and chat. Hey, Edward. And the T says, like and subscribe on the way in, Reds. Thank you. Thank you so much, teammates. Thank you. And Edward says, Chelsea are worse than us. We're really bad. We're really bad. Of course. Of course. Edward. Hello, Frank, and all the chatters, says Phil. Hiya, Phil. OTW. It's the Anfield over us. Even in Frankie and chat, I'm going to drink all them, I went shopping today with our Francine, and we got by Scotty Road, to get to Sainsbury's. And he was running along Scotty Road. Wasn't fucking Isak or TK or any of them, Virgil. It was Paddy the Baddy. Paddy the Baddy doing his training. TW. Dear John Henry, if this twat stays, then the fan base leaves. Regards, TW. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Big up, though. Frankie, the pinky news we all want to hear is that the bald bastard's getting his pee. Yes. Yes. You fucking saying it. There's me old mate. Greetings all. Inhaling leftover rigatoni and stuffed mushrooms for late lunch. Now, we all know Dennis, don't we? And there he is here, look. He's coming here at the end of the month. And he's appearing at the Cavern. And if you're out for a bevy during that weekend, just go down and see Dennis and the Incurables. That's his band. He's a really good fella, big red, eats alligators for lunch. That type of fella. He's really good, honestly. The Incurables, Cavern, the Cavern pub. Usually go there myself, to be honest. When I was mobile, wouldn't be able to get up the stairs. It's all right getting down the stairs, but getting up them after a couple of beers. And Phil says, bloody hell, I have to go and vote. Nope, forgot no elections in Liverpool. Labour said too much going on to have full. I wouldn't vote anymore. I wouldn't fucking vote anymore. On the Anfield. All right, lad. Says to the TW, Fozzie. Hiya, Fozzie. Evening, sir. Evening, Fozzie. Get onto his stream. It's funny, you know. It's, honestly. Fozzie, big up, bro. Says Anfield Road to the Foz. Good to see you, Frank. Ha ha ha. Happy. Fucking hell. Wish you was, Fozzie. Amazed up that you're letting on to one another, because that's what you are. You're good people. Know your football. I'm telling you now. And Phil says, I'll go and watch his band. They're good. They're good. They play all over the States, especially in Detroit. Where all those serial killers are. See how lovely, just seeing a little comment, a little not a snidey comment. And it was a cracking little thing. The Fozzie, this is what kind of a fella he is, And he says to the Anfield, respects, isn't that lovely? That's what kind of a fella he is. Thanks, Frank. See the little gif of the alligator? That lovely. Someone's finally asked, and it's Sean Blackmore. Sean, still there. I phones up today, and I was supposed to go tomorrow, and I'm not paying. It'll cost me. When I add it up and where I live, and I have to get cabs, the cabs cost me 30 quid, 15 quid. There and 15 quid back. Plus a tip, by the way. And it's not far away. So every time I go up, even for a consultation, it costs me 100 quid. Because they charge you see. And I've spent 300 quid so far. And nothing's been fucking done, just looked in my mouth. And so it'll come to £2,000 by the time they're finished. So I was saying to our Francine today, I said, have a look at that. And she said, funny enough, she said, why? Because I've got a list there, how much down. So I said, I'll go for that one. 835 quid or something like that. I said, I'll go for that one. So she said, I said, that's what I want. I don't want that fucking higher price. Okay, now if you got the higher price, you're talking there fucking £3,000. A fucking suit. So anyway, when I got the 835, well, I was just fucking paid that. It went up, it doubled. It just fucking doubled by what they are going to do. Putting all the fucking prices on. So I showed her Francine, and she said, Dad, just adds a couple of hundred to that. And you'd be able to go to Turkey and get a full set of teeth for £2,000 on a holiday. Oh, it's just... So, she's looking out for the dentist for me. But I did tell them, I said, if the price doesn't come down a lot, if she's not having it, I said, I'm not getting it done. So, I'm stuck with that. So thanks for asking, Sean. Fucking tooth. Never buy a Kit Kat, a chunky one. I was looking at them today when I was out shopping. Showed our press it, and she was a wait at. Because she brought me it, you see, and it was dead hard. Bang, tooth out. And I've got strong teeth. Think it out. And Phil said, hey, Frank, bumped into big junk the other day in the gym and phoned me all. I was on a day away. Tell you wouldn't want to break into his house. Do you know what? No, it's too fucking. But good for them, you know. Good for them, fucking burglars. Come on, fucking burglars, burgling fuck. They mustn't have known it was his house. But he's a fucking thug. You know that he's been in jail, don't you, Barlini? You know that, don't you? You know he's been to fucking jail. Got no fucking time for him, just a fucking thug. Running around and fucking trying to intimidate people. Never ever intimidated Steven Gerrard. And Dennis says, if you guys can't make a Saturday show, we're playing the Cavern Club Sunday, the 35th, at 4 o'clock. Oh, well, that's all right. Sunday afternoon. The Fuzz. I'm go Fuzz, thanks, after being asked by Alf. He is by the Fuzzy. The cost of living is crazy. But, come on. It's not like going at a fucking price today that I fucking spent in the shower. I only live on my own. And I don't buy loads. And it came to how much did it cost? 80 odd quid. I fucking believe it. But you know, that shouldn't affect teeth. I'm telling you now, Sean, it shouldn't affect teeth going to the dentist. A mate of mine, he was telling me, he phoned me up last week or this week, I don't know. And the dentist said the extraction of the tooth is uncomfortable because it was scratching on his tongue or so. And he said, well, that's the damage then. And he's under the NHS, an NHS doctor, dentist. And he said 200 quid. That's fucking shocking, that. Full set me all these. We do. What's the news flash, PP, lad? Frank, just leave it. You'll end up as a one eater. One eater. Sun's flying down from Nashville tomorrow. Action-packed weekend planned, making a 7:30 a.m. kickoff will probably not happen. No. It won't. And Ali from all the way from Romania. Good evening, or Bună seara in Romanian. Your president got kicked out, didn't he? Hey, your president, after all the scandal and everything about von der Leyen and cancelling the elections for Georgescu, and they put this in they put this rather in the globalists, and the Romanian people turned on him just like yourself, Ali. Even in Frank and everyone, let's go for a positive finale to the season, and Slots gets the Evo. He is getting the Evo. Telling you now, Barry. LFC latest news, Richard Hughes is working from home today. Yes. Yes. He's working from, I was going to say fucking Romania there. He's working down in Bournemouth. He hasn't left. He lives in Bournemouth. Must be on his laptop like that. What's his fucking name? You know, that fucking zibby who sits on our bench. Van Bronckhorst. With his little laptop. I was going to tell you, you're a tug. He was lucky I didn't have to. He was down in, he's having a bevy just off the Cavern Walks, and he was in there, the big junk with a couple of mates. And our kids was with his mate. And they're all big lads. Especially his mate. Big lad. Talking about a big lad. And anyway, one of his mates said, I think he said something about you. I think they were trying to, be funny and smart and whatever. To the big junk, one of his mates. The big junk shouted over in a Scottish accent. What did you say? Stood up. And our kid's mate walked over and said, sit down. Fucking sit down. I've said nothing. And it must have been one of these C's who fucking said, no, fucking sit down. I'm telling you now. And just walked back to the bar. It was only him and our kids and these little few. It was around lunchtime on a Saturday. During the summer. A big dunk sat down. Said to our kid, well, was he made up that he sat down? He went, no, he's a took him on. Telling you now, and his fucking mates. Evening Raw and TW, what are your thoughts of Sloot if Sloot stays? Fucking hell, stop saying that. Stop saying it. That's why he's going to pack this up. I know fucking mad fucking comments like that. What do you think if he stays? What do you think if he fucking goes? Or what do you think when he goes? That's what you should be saying, Barry. Not if he stays. It's getting everybody down. That's why, I was watching a podcast today and I thought, are these fucking people right? And they're just fucking guessing and surmising and See, it's just, while you're all here, tomorrow night, just bear with me on this, you wonderful people. I've got this to show tomorrow night. Just bear with me on this. I'll explain. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll explain tomorrow what it's all about. You know, before I put it on. And if you're interested in anything like that, it's a must watch. That's tomorrow night, 7:30. I'll be starting it. So I'm giving you plenty of time to watch it at the appropriate time. You've got to see it from the start. It's no use trying to jump in like 10 minutes or 20 fucking minutes into the thing, because I won't put it back. I've just got to let it play. Okay. I'm not being mean or anything. I won't be able to. I'll just show it in its entirety and see what you've got to say after it. And the Edward says, I think we'll win 2-1 on Saturday. Says we'll win last 2 home games and lose our last 2 aways. And Ali, hit the like button, boys. We are on 30 in the chat and there are 8 likes. Come on, it's free. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Even in Frank and chat, listen. Now, I retired. Take you anywhere for apps. Just let me know, mate, honestly. Oh, sound time. Oh, thanks for that, Paul. Paul's my old mate, by the way. Good lad. Thanks, Paul. And Ali says, doesn't even matter what happens. Europe is going down. Yeah, it is actually. Maybe a miracle can save us all. It's finished. Yeah. No, it's just the people who run Europe. Von der Leyen one. But that's all for tomorrow night. That's all for tomorrow night. Frank, it's all in hand. Is that the fishman? The fish handshake? John Henry? Everything's in hand. Me and St. John. Me and Ian St. John with John Henry. The Saint said, he's not much, is he? That's what he said. He's not much, is he? You know, when we walked away and he fucked off. Fucking terrible. And who are you? Fucking hell. Salah has made it clear some things are wrong at the club, says Phil. Of course, well, of course he blew. Look, he blew the gaff, didn't he? Wide open, and they all fucking picked on him. I've just have to. Sorry, just message you on the Foz. Little Fozzie. Good man, Foz. Good man. And Ali, well, Franco, if Liverpool ever hire me, I can work from Romania. You probably is in the Maldives now partying. Yes. Yes. Or a beater. Sure, he's got a fucking place over there. And the lovely live event. Good evening, Frank and lovely Reds. Hope you're all well. Slot, Edwards and Hughes. They are starting to remind me of a firm of dodgy solicitors or dodgy dentist. $2,000. No, I mean okay, $2,000. That could cost $2,000. That's no exaggeration. Got the fucking bill there with the add-ons. You've only got to step foot into through the door into the dentist and they fucking charge you 60 quid, 65 quid. Like that. Some dodgy things going on. Frank, I need reassurance. I'll be so happy to hear it when it's announced he's going. They can't announce it. I've said this before, Barry. They can't fucking announce it, mate. Until the end of the season. June especially. Because his first year expires of his contract. And they don't want to, obviously they don't want to see a struggle again because we've been so consistent over the years. And they don't want to lose any sort of... See, they know for a fact that he's not the man. They know. And I think they're going to sell as well. Because I know the economic situation throughout the world. I follow all this stuff. And with the economic situation getting worse and worse and worse, especially with the oil. The oil is so important for the world economy. People don't realise that. The likes of goods needs to be brought to the likes of supermarkets. When your machines, everything is worked by oil. Everything. Believe it or not, even medicines. People don't realise that oil is just, oil. You get a little fucking can. It's so important for the world economy. Do you know, like grain? I'll give you the fucking example. Grain. Every time you have your breakfast, dinner or tea, whatever it is, and your little cup of tea and your little round of toast before you go to bed, how do you think the grain gets there to make all that? How? Fucking big tankers. Big machines running through the grain. I know it sounds silly, what I'm saying, but that's it. It's oil. And the economic situation is really fucking hitting us. And the likes of these businessmen, why do you think, for a fucking second, why do you think they pulled out with, when they sent for yous, go over to France, Carlyle, other clubs, why do you think they fucking pulled out of that? Do you think it's because, they pulled out because of the economic situation, what was looming? That's why. And that's why the likes of fucking Edwards, that idiot, is on his way. He's going, Edwards. So you've got to bring all this into the equation. Everything. Every fucking thing. Have a look at the turnstiles when next time you go to Anfield. The clicks. How do you think they work? Electricity? Ours is electricity. Oh, yeah. Oh, forgot about that. Everything is oil, boys. Everything. Fucking hell. So that's why they'll sell, because the economic market could go fucking right down. They're looking at the price now. And they want as much as they can. Even, I'm not saying podcasters are trying to explain what I've just explained, because they don't fucking know. They're just guessing. I think they'll sell. Of course they will. Hello, Frank. What's going on with the training or lack of it? Canate missing Vert apparently didn't either. God. Okay, got no players left. No, we haven't. Needs a massive load of players, not just to cover injury, but also help make the bench look strong. We've always had a fucking weak bench, haven't we? Always had a weak bench. I was looking today at, when I got in from shopping, I was looking today at Mo Salah's goals. Just have a look at them. You get it on YouTube. Just have a look at them and see who's on. And I'll tell you another fucking thing as well. Have a look at Jones and involvement with goals. Have a look. And you're getting people, he's always become a scapegoat, as Jones. Now you're thinking, well, why are they selling them then? They need money to buy other players. They thought, listen, everybody thought, including you, including some of you, that when we bought in the summer, we won't need to be buying anyone else. Now we're trying to fucking buy to fucking fix what this fucking arsehole said. Ruined. See what I mean about this? And people, they take no fucking notice. They take no fucking notice of anything. Let's go, champs, hey Stevie. Hey, Stevie. Evening, Frank and Red fans. Hey, Linda. Be good. Yes, always good. And when I see you, Polo, I'm going to kick your head in. Did you beat Willie Torch? Why do I look like? I don't fucking say I look like that fella with the fucking big glasses. And let's see. Barry, Ernie will be fired at the end of the season. Even if these daft Yankee owners can't stand us boring football, says the T. No one believes it. Because they're looking at other podcasters and they're, oh, he's doing. It's just, I fucking give up. I give up. I fucking give up on them. You're trying to tell them. But no, I think it's something to say. I really do. I really think it's. I think we've got to get somebody in. We've got to get I want Slot on. I think I think FSG will. It's all fucking being sorted, and no one takes a blind bit of fucking note. This is what annoys me. This is why I said last week or the week before I've had a fucking enough of this coming on here, because I'm not like this. What you say, I'm not like it. And it gets me fucking angry. Why do we get angry? Fucking hell. Barry says, will it be 7 p.m. as usual, Frank? Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll be starting at 7. But I'm starting the DVD or the whatever it is, at 7:30 prompt. And once I fucking started, I'm not stopping it, to go back. And fucking people asking questions. And you've got to watch it because it'll be the first and last time that you'll see something like this. And I put my fucking thing on the then you might see me next week. So everything might stop, if you know what I mean, because no copyright and everything. So I'm going to show it, nevertheless. And it's something you've got to see. And I'll explain how I got it. That's where the dentist is, Paul Hunt's Cross. And you know where I live, don't you? I live in fucking town. Cost me a fucking fortune. I'd only give, like you, the taxi fare. Rather than, I'm not against our taxi drivers. Look, I've got a text Jason. I'm trying to get Fuzzy on, to be honest. And Paul said, is that Titanic thing look like two fellas playing snooker to me? My screen is not to be. That's brilliant, that. It is. I'll show you it. I love that. I think that's a cracker. That. But they are discussing something. And it's a very important thing that they're discussing. This is what I mean. You can't take your eyes off it. This has been, it's only come out, it's only out for, I think, less than a week, and they banned it. Everything was fucking banned. And I mean, everything. Even footage of things that you'll see, that was banned. But I'll explain more tomorrow. Two fellas playing. I love it. I understand, Paul, mate. I understand. Thank you. I really do, Paul. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. And the live bird. They can't announce the departure of the Gang of Three because Will wants a parade. It'll be a bigger parade than, the 1.5 million, which was the biggest crowd last May when we won the league. Was it June or May? It was fucking freezing that day, wasn't it? Raining, horrible. Cedric, are you Cedric? Senor Lopez. They got legends and chat. Are you Cedric? Even Popeye has olive oil. You're nice, cracking that. Steve Mullins, I stay fed up with seeing FSG headlines in the Liverpool Echo about sacking the coaching staff, but it's about the Red Sox. Yes. It's the famous Echo, though, isn't it? Fucking hell. Well, you're right, Stay. But wait, you know the score. And the Cedric says, it the like, or Frank will go on a city trip. I like city trips. Do you think the Qatar group will step in and buy us? The Qatari... I don't know whether you're aware of this, but you ever remember Sheikh Maktoum? Well, he was buying it, wasn't he? Before Exxon Gillette. And I know the story. I'm not going through it again. What had happened. And everyone was made up. Now, why were they buying them? I'll tell you who told them to buy Liverpool Football Club. Of David Moyes, by the way. And it was his two nephews who were staunch Liverpool supporters. And they've got season ticket holders. They just wear suits. They don't wear all the, the regalia, the Arab regalia, if you know what I mean. But Sheikh Maktoum does. And they go the game, and they still go the game. So if anyone will buy them, it'll be Sheikh Maktoum. Because he's still into it, especially his nephews. Because he's got no kids. He's only got them nephews and he fucking adores them. So that's it, Barry, mate. Good evening, Frank and fellow Reds, says Stephen Coughlin. Hiya, Stephen. Jane O'Keefe. Evening, Frank and chat. Hiya, Jane, sweetheart. Stephen says, our slot's out now. And the liver bird, the lovely liver bird, says Trump and his stupid war are going to cost the whole world. And as usual, it's the poor that will pay, apart from how it will affect other things. Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant comment, though. You want to join me tomorrow night, you know, besides the, you've got to see this documentary, honestly, about the Titanic. You've got to see it. And I'll be talking about that. That's a great comment. Well done, you, Lively. Well done, sweetheart. David Gould. Hello, David. Hello, Frank. If we sell, would it bother you if we sold to... I'm glad you said that. Or would you prefer a businessman or consortium? Cheers. Thing is, you're getting a lot of people. Just let me try and explain this, David. You're getting a lot. We don't want oil. We don't want oil money. Okay. These are the same fuckers who were doing cartwheels and backward flips after I just mentioned Sheikh Maktoum and he was buying it. He was after that, yeah. And a little bit of jealousy fucking creeped in about Manchester City when they bought it. When they bought into it, the Middle Eastern people. And then they had all the oil money, you know, they're getting that. That's why they're getting all these players. It's all oil money. There was a bit of jealousy that we don't want fucking oil money. We're a great club. We're this, that, and the other. Yeah, as I said, they were the same fucking fellas who were doing cartwheels. Believe that. Believe that. Now, do I want oil money? Right. And there's the other caveat, which fucking people don't know. They haven't a fucking clue. Have a look at Standard Chartered, who they're involved in. Have a look at Fenway. You think that Fenway Sports is just a group of fucking people who all, you know, buying fucking basketball things, teams, and fucking us as well. Have a look at who they're involved with. Have a look at Werner, our chairman. Have a look at what he is. Have a look at what he is and what he supports. Just have a look. And they're all involved in oil and everything. But have a look at fucking Werner and what he's involved in. And what he is. See, a consortium, David, a consortium, where would they get the money? You know, they're going to sell for around 5.5 to 6 billion quid. See, that Poulsen and Broughton, I'll tell you who wanted to buy Liverpool. There was a couple of Arabs, but there was also a consortium of Chinese who were, I forget how many of them now, wasn't a lot of them, but between them, they were worth 75 billion. And one of them, you know, like the fella who had the least out of this little consortium was worth 20 billion or 21 billion. So it was only a small consortium. And they wanted to buy Liverpool Football Club because they love football. But a lot of politics came into it, unfortunately. And I knew then. I'm going back years ago. I knew then. I'm going back to 2010. That's 15 years ago. And I said they won't sell. If I was on here now 15 years ago, I'd be saying And people will be coming on here saying, "Oh, we're going to sell to what do you think of these Chinese? Shall we sell?" I say no, because it's political. And how is it political? Who's the axis of evil? Who's America made the axis of evil? Because of everything economics. Everything is economics. And China is one of the axes of evil, along with Russia, Iran. They're the same, or just North Korea. They're the axes of evil. I just want to know when the North Koreans invaded us, they might have landed at Pevensey in Sussex and all fucking ran up the beach and into everywhere. Those North Koreans, those pesky North Koreans. Same as those pesky Russians and pesky Chinese. Well, the Chinese open chippies and restaurants, didn't they? See what I mean? See how pathetic they are. And everybody has to follow America, but they're fucking finished anyway. The petrodollar is going. And once that goes, that'll be the end of them. But that was for tomorrow night. Thanks for that, David. Sorry, sir, that I forgot that the like, etc. I've now taught, don't usually forget. Yeah, you're right there, but you always say it, mate. Like and subscribe. And Phil says, Frank, it will be a comment-free period after 7:30. Yeah, it will. It will. I won't be able to do it. Just bear with me on it, please. But the thing is, I won't be commenting. You can comment. Anyone can comment. Don't take me wrong. But I will not comment. And I'll tell you for why I won't comment. I'll be taken away. You've got to view it. You've got to view every fucking minute of this documentary. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. I've worked very hard to get this up. I really have. Me and Jason. We're going through. We've gone through a fucking terrible time trying to get this up and running. Honestly. And to get it up and running, you mightn't be able to see me again after this because I might get shut down. Shut down for good. No more podcast. No more conspiracy theories and other things, Wales affairs. No more football. No more literature, Shakespeare, Dickens, and Blake, and all that. Would it bother me the way it is? Don't know, if I go to jail, they might fix me fucking suit for nothing. The penny pinchers need to take note, especially FSG, says Stephen Cochran. Yes. Hope you're well, Frank, and our fellow red men. You never walk alone, says Stephen Cochran. And Stephen says, the new white kit looks amazing, Frank. I used to always like our black and I always remember every time, when I see a black and white kit, and it was always Emlyn Hughes and Kevin Keegan. That just reminds me of them for some reason. And Roger Hunt. First time I ever seen him, when the Keegan came and he was wearing it. Little Kevin Keegan, little heels. Barry says, really looking forward to tomorrow. Honestly, you'll enjoy it. You really will. But watch it on the telly, because let me show you the. Oh, fuck. Nearly went soft then. Right. See the likes of that. See, I'll have it on my big screen here. Try and watch it on the telly. Because where you see it, it's like all dark there. It's more clarity on the telly. It's bigger, you see. And there's more clarity. So my advice is watch the stream on the telly. Don't watch it on a phone. So, Barry. And Stevie says, Frank, party parade at your place when Slot Edwards leave at the end of the season. Yes, Stevie. Yes, Stevie. Someone asked me if I was on Facebook, and I said, yeah. But I haven't been looking at my things, like friend requests. But I'm being honest here. Since I got hacked, I'm very reluctant to add people. So if you message me and tell me who you are, I will add you. If you're listening in now, I will add you. But you've got to message me and say, Frank, this is such a bad. Then I'll add you, because I don't want to be hacked again. Because I lost all my content. I lost everything. I lost TV, videos and everything I lost. I lost decent friends, good people. And little Linda said, during the weekend game, was so sure Jürgen was here. Was so sure when Jürgen was here. Now, with this clown, dodgy. See, Linda says to everyone, write in caps for Frank. And what she fucking done? Hey. But our lovely Live Bird writes in caps. They announced FSG reneged on the ticket price hike because the fans threatening to boycott buying drinks and food in the ground. Perhaps the same tactics could apply to Slot and his mates. Yes. Fozzie, if you're listening in, I can't get hold of Jason. He's gone to theatre, mate. So I can't add you to get you on. Sorry. So sorry. Frank, one of your favourite guests, not Fozzie, said on a podcast today that his contacts at the club are telling him Slot is staying, and this BS has spread like wildfire on social media. It always does. Always fucking does. Always does, mate, honest to God. Gillette and Nicks were two famous Dallas Cowboys who were bad owners who tried to destroy Liverpool FC after Rick Parry and David Moores sold their souls. I know Stephen, and honestly, I mentioned this. You mustn't have been listening once. You might, if you know what I mean, you might have me say, I told the story. I was in a documentary with Tommy Smith once, and we were sitting around before we started recording. And John Keith, if you know John Keith, he was fronting this documentary. And I just said to him, why did we sell to fucking Nixon, Gillette, to Tommy? And he told me the score. And people blamed Rick Parry. He wasn't to blame at all. It was David Moores. And David Moores actually, he came out and he echoed, didn't he, and said, I apologise to all the Liverpool fans for selling to Wicks and Gillette, if you remember that. He spat his dummy out the pram, David Moores, over something. But I'm not going. I might tell you tomorrow night, if you join me tomorrow night. It's only 10 minutes long. Well, it's not even 10 minutes long, the story. Remember burning the Yank flags and singing Yanks out now? Stephen, see, that's why, if anyone remembers, when they bought us, first bought, I'm not talking about Hicks and Gillette, I'm talking about FSG, the custodians we've got today. And what did they ban as soon as they come in? What did they ban? They banned banners about Hicks and Gillette, because they were afraid. Because we know the model now. We didn't fucking know the model then. We didn't know the model then. But we know the model now. Sell to buy. They don't spend a fucking penny. They never spent a fucking penny. Do you know that they run our club and they haven't spent a fucking penny? And people don't realise that. But they bought, fucking stories, I fucking know. They fucking bought off Red fans. They bought them off. I fucking know that. They bought them off so that, these fucking fellas think that they've got influence on me and you and everyone else. And they fucking haven't. You find them out. And they never fucking call anybody, especially fucking Slot. They never fucking call Slot out. And they don't call FSG out either. I fucking know. And I know who they are. And that's why they fucking banners going in, because they didn't want any of that. FSG out, get out your fucking Yanks and all. And then, the flag flying over the Anfield. Remember that? Hicks and Gillette out. They didn't want to see any of that. That's why you've got to look now and say, the fans are turning. The fans are turning against them. And they can't afford to lose the fan base. But I tell you, they are going to sell. Believe you me, they are going to fucking sell. Believe that. Because money is everything to them. Money is God to them. Don't forget that. When I said about they haven't put a fucking, they never went like, yeah, there's 3 million to the Royal Bank of Scotland to buy Liverpool. They never done that. They said to them, yeah, we'll borrow the money. We'll borrow that 3 million of you, 300 million, and we'll pay it back. Who paid it back? Liverpool. We fucking own the club, but they're fucking running it. You and I own it. People don't fucking believe it. People say, oh, fuck off. Stevie, Frank, cheap broke FSG are cleaning house with the Red Sox and LFC this year. They are resetting their business assets on and off the pitch. Bye-bye, Edwards, Slot. Yes. Yes. Well then, Stevie, outside the COP when we had a protest. Yes, Stephen. And Stevie says, Frank John Henry donated to Trump party. Fucking Werner is a supporter of design. Yes. Get these out of LFC. There you go. Says it all. Says it all about our club. And as I said, some fans haven't a fucking clue. And Phil says, Elon Musk, when pressed on whether his son would want to buy Liverpool, Musk added, oh, yes. But that doesn't mean he's buying it. He would like to, yes, obviously. Anybody would want to, so would I. Thing is, I don't know whether you're aware of this, Phil, but Elon Musk has family here on Merseyside. And Jenna says to Stephen, hope that doesn't happen. That's our cavern kicks. Yeah, we're going to get up a big crowd then. When you come and visit me at my place, Dennis, you'll be able to see the balance that I've got here. Stephen says, sorry to change the subject, but have you ever seen the banned documentary Unlawful Killing about Diana by Keith Allen? It's on YouTube. No, Steve. I was in Italy when she died, you know. I'm not a royalist by any, honestly. And this woman came up to me and she said, did you hear? I said, what's up? I thought someone had fucking drowned in the honest to God, because she was always at the sea. She was, reminded me of Jaws. Do you ever remember when that woman was looking for her son and the fucking big Jaws at him? And I said, what's wrong? She said, dead. I said, who's dead? You know the way you panic, like. And I can't fucking swim. Who's dead? She said, Diana. Diana's dead. And I went, oh, fucking hell. Diana who? She said, Princess died. So, no, I haven't seen that documentary. Frank, says Stevie, Arabs-Chinese consortium outbid cheap broke FSG on buying LFC, and Broughton, the Chelsea fan, made sure LFC was sold to the bottom of the barrel, guys. That is Henry. Yes. I know all about that. Broughton and Poulsen. Don't forget him as well, fucking Poulsen. Especially Broughton, though. And they were going to buy it outright. They even got in touch with the Royal Bank of Scotland, said, yeah, we've got the money here, until fucking Broughton and Poulsen put the fucking noses in. I said, no, Chinese. The axis of evil. The axis of evil, people, have always been there. It's not just fucking recently with Trump. It's always been there. They've always been at fucking war with Iran. Even you go back to Carter, Jimmy Carter, when all his fucking, the hostages, remember them in Iran? And all his helicopters crashed. Our SAS said to them, listen, we'll go in. And they said, no, we can do that. And they all fucking crashed in the desert. Does anybody ever remember that? I do. So they've always been at war with Iran. Ever since the Shah of, the puppet, the Shah of Iran was overthrown by Ayatollah Khomeini. And Zena says, remember when that fella was bandied about and ended up going to prison for fraud and corruption. Who's that? Who's that, Dennis? And the live. There isn't a major corporation or bank that's got clean hands. Don't get me started, Frank. I just had an egg and it wasn't good. We need a massive people's revolution. Brilliant comments. Live. Yes, even eggs are clucked. We need a legit chippy and kebab joint here. Do you know what, Dennis? You know, my mother, she got relatives in San Diego, and she's seen this place. It's genuine, this. And I'm going back years ago. And I mean, years ago. My mum loved Italy. I'm sorry, America. And anyway, she was over there, and she was visiting some relatives. I haven't a clue who they are, like, but anyway, she was there visiting. And she's seen this property. And it was right on the, more or less on the seafront. And she looked at it, said nothing. And like a few days later, what she was observing fishermen. I'm not talking about battleships or anything like that. That's docked around. But anyway, she was observing fishermen. And what she wanted to open was a chippy in that property. And they said, no, you know, you've got to apply for this, you've got to apply for that. And she said, well, wait, what about you? You're Americans. Oh, but you've got... So she never ever opened it. A fish and chip shop on the front in San Diego. The old girl. How long is the documentary on for? 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. Oh, your head's as well. Fuck, I'm over. Don't make me laugh. Look, say, I'll show you. It's on. It's about 50 minutes long. The Anfield. What's this What's this, Frankie? Documentary? I've missed something. I was on the... No, you fucking weren't. You were watching the fucking match, weren't you? Or whatever you were watching. Coronation Street, or is it EastEnders that you're always watching? You and Mrs. Raw. Or was you washing the dishes as usual and hoovering up? Doing the windows. It's this. Show you it now. But my advice, Raw, your wife would like this, by the way, as well. She would like it. And it's a documentary that was banned. It was only on for a few days and it got banned. But I'll explain why tomorrow, why it got banned. And it's about the sinking of the Titanic. Okay? It's brilliant. And I'll explain how I got it. And you won't fucking believe it either. I was doing some work for BBC Two. Believe it or not, about spivs in Liverpool. They were all went around the country, and especially London. So they were doing this documentary about spivs. And it was mostly London, but there was only one province that was chosen out of the fucking lot of them. And that was Liverpool, that was me. So, and you know what? You don't think about spivs or anything. Honestly, you don't think about spivs. You know, when you're doing this, when I was doing this documentary, and there's me standing. I wasn't like this then, you know what I mean? And I was doing it, and I was all standing nice and everything, and a suit and a tie as usual, 3-piece suit. And it was a fucking pinstripe suit, being a wide one. And when they were showing like footage, you know, like from comedy shows as well, and you see spivs in it. Even Dad's Army, they were showing spivs in that walker. Fucking dead. He had a pinstripe suit on, and these others. I was standing there with a pinstripe suit on, saying about spivs here in Liverpool. But the spivs saved us, you know. They had a harsh treatment. So that's what it's not about spivs at any. It's about the Titanic. It's about the Titanic. Watch it. And the live about Titanic. 2 questions. What time and date is the gig? And yeah, there it is. There it is, live. There you go. All done. Saturday, 5:30. And 4:30. 4:30 to 5:30. Live about the good. I'll be putting it up as well, you know, throughout the month for Dennis and the Incurables. And Frank says that if they nick you off, we'll have to go on the Zoom meetings. I used to teach, you know, I used to have literature classes, you know, with my old students, because I love my literature. And I used to have a Zoom. I had a Zoom account. And then it stopped after a couple of years. I stopped it. It was becoming fucking too familiar and fucking arsehole-y. Fucking arseholes. Anyway. So yes, Zoom meetings would be better. The new home kit looks like a kit from the late 80s, says Edward. Yeah, I used to like the black and white. You know, the white top, black shorts and white socks. I loved that. And the Ross says, Frankie, all these kits and FSG things do not mean anything until the standard of Liverpool is restored. I'm hearing they are keeping this coach and adding to his staff. A lot of my family are anxious. No, they're not fucking keeping them. And how many fucking times do we have to say it? He's fucking gone. He's gone. I'm telling you now. They can't fucking do it. This is why the narrative is nothing. Why haven't they said he's getting a contract extension? Why haven't they fucking come out and said that? Why hasn't John Henry? Do you ever fucking remember when we were joining? I have to explain fucking everything. Why do I? Do you ever remember when we went on? Not we. when John Henry and Real Madrid and Barca, you know what I mean, wanting to join a European league, and we were the fucking last along with Real Madrid to come out of it. And everyone was fucking up in arms over it. Everybody. All the fans. And what did fucking Henry do? Hello. What did he fucking do? He came on fucking LFC TV, recorded a fucking message saying, I'm sorry, you know, and fucking Liberace. Remember? So why hasn't he fucking come on and done a fucking thing on LFC TV and saying, listen, you know, it's getting out of hand, all this slot out business. He's staying. Why hasn't he fucking done that? Can anybody have a fucking little fucking... Anyway. Poet. Fuck that. Don't play it, Frank. It's too risky. I want to see it, but not worth losing your channel over. I'm going to show it. It's been done. I'm going to show it. But thank you for that, Polo. It is Polo, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to show it. It really needs to be shown, you know. Honest to God. Albeit it's been banned. I could be like Che Guevara, couldn't I? Who's this fella? When Slot officially sacked, when Slot officially sacked, we can party hard and say goodbye to the bald fraud. You'll never walk alone. Yes. Yes. And the Stevie says, Frank, I'm waiting for someone to hack my bank account and put 100 billion in it so I can buy LFC and regenerate the area around LFC. $100 billion. I think he'd have to ask the military complexes for that. They're getting fucking billions off everybody. Fucking Zelensky, he's getting fucking billions off fucking Starmer, while we have 4.5 million kids below the poverty line. That fucking corrupt prick, Zelensky. David Moores got hooked by those cowboys. No, I know the story, Stevie. Honest, I'll tell the story tomorrow night. Promise. I promise you, I'll tell the story tomorrow night. Frank, FSG learns a lot from X and Gillette. The nightmare at LFC. They knew they had to divide the fan base so they can protest against FSG by controlling the Echo, Redmen TV, Anfield Rap, and everyone else. Yes, fucking SOS as well. I know. I fucking know. And David Gould. I remember when DIC nearly. That's it. That's Sheikh Maktoum. DIC, David. We played Wigan at home, and the mood was very optimistic around the ground. Then we sold to Wicks and Gillette. Yes. Yes. As I said, David, I know the full story. As I said, I was doing a documentary with Tommy Smith. And it was about the Inter Milan game when, you know, the referee was bribed over there at the San Siro. After going over there with a 3-1 win at Anfield to get into the final. We would have won that final. Only the referee was bribed. And even Tommy Smith, you see, Tommy Smith fucking kicking the ref. And he did. Told me about everything about X and Gillette buying it. And if you remember, he was getting away from David Moores, and all the blame was going on Rick Parry. He was the scapegoat for that. And as he was telling me, face to face, he was sitting down having a cup of tea before we started recording. And as he was telling me face to face, I was looking at John, and he was just like, John Keith, and he was like that to me. Yeah, it's true, you know, because he knew all about it as well. Steve, can't believe Moores was given legendary status to stay on at LFC after selling his soul to the Yanks. Stevie, Frank, FSG being at LFC 16 years and they put zero millions into the squad or stadium expansion. FSG have taken loans out on LFC and made the LFC pay it back. Yes. Yes. And this is what fucking fans have to fucking know. They've never put a fucking penny into Liverpool. The Red Sox fans were not happy over Liverpool buying players last season, says Stephen. Are we going to fucking talk? Who would you like to see playing tonight? But tomorrow, boys. I'm sorry. On Saturday. I'll still go through these, by the way. Frank, when FSG put LFC up for sale, fake sale, Arabs showed interest in buying LFC, and the Redmen TV showed their racist side towards people of colour. Now, yeah, I understand that, but I wouldn't go so far as racism. What they're fucking going against, which they have to fucking stick to their fucking narrative, which is a load of bollocks anyway, is oil money. We don't want oil money. The fucking assholes, they haven't a fucking clue what the likes of fucking FSG are into anyway. Haven't they got fucking shares in oil in America and the Middle East? The fucking asses, honest. They just sit, oh yeah, well, he's fucking great, you know. Ah, yeah, Lord, why, yeah. Have you heard them? Fucking put on the accent. Ah, yeah, you know, you're all right. Fucking hell. Where does he get his fucking season ticket from? That fucking asshole. I loved Princess Diana before she was bumped off in France. Why? Not being funny, but why? 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 What did she do for you? Hey, what did she do for fucking Liverpool? And you loved her? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And Stevie says, Princess Diana survived the car crash and was finished in the ambulance on orders of the royal pedo family. No, she was alive because she said, have a look at Dodie. Have a look at Dodie. See what she was going to do. She was getting engaged. And remember the ring when the ring came out? Fucking big ring. Fired his son Dodie. And they were going to get married. They couldn't afford the royal blue blood to marry a Muslim. That was at the time. This is before all this Muslim stuff, as you know. This was in the 90s. This is before all ISIS and everything. They couldn't afford that. And they're having a child by Dodie. Did he? No, Dodie. You know, telling you now. Did you do? Don't he? Don't he, Dodie? That's what she used to say, you know, too. Did you do? Don't he, Dodie? Don't he, do? It's all kicking off in Crewe over that cult, Frank. This country's finished. It's bad news. And Paul, really not into the idea of you losing your channel, Frank. YouTube don't miss a trick when it comes to copyright and stuff like that. Don't show it. Just tell us about it instead. It's a good thing that, you know, what you said, I could do it actually. I really could do it. You know, just tell you about it, but it won't be the same. But it's incredible. Just wait for tomorrow, Polo, please. Just wait. Okay, see what happens. Frank, your Mamma Mia would have been the godmother. Brilliant. That's brilliant, that. The godmother. She said to me, she said, you know, I forget, what did she send? I think it was a fucking name. And he said, would you work over here, you know, with the chip? I said, fucking no. Somebody be working in a chippy. It's genuine, no. Somebody working the chippy. No. How did she get it? I forget how she got in touch with me. Oh, no, she came home. That's right. When she came home, she said, would you work in the chippy? And I went, no. I don't want to work in the chippy. Work fucking down there in Jimmy Romeo's if I want. I want to work in a fucking chippy or Podestas or Joe Vermiglio's or Johnny Gianelli's. We had all Italian chippies, you say, around here. Good evening, Frank, and chat says Mr. B. Oh, you missed it, Mr. B. It was great. We had David Fairclough in before. You know, talking about Arnie and saying, you know, give him a chance. I think he should have a 5-year contract. And all the chat were going, fuck off, Davey, fucking 5-year fucking contract. So he got up and fucking walked out. Nothing I can do. Mr. B. And Stephen says, should be a good night of boxing at the weekend for Wardley versus Dubois and the Chelsea game against those Rent boys. I used to follow boxing. I always thought I knew everything about, you know, and I even say it today, but I don't know about today's modern days. The best pound for pound boxer. The best pound for pound boxer. Well, I can't fucking pronounce certain letters. And that was Roberto Duran. Brilliant boxer. Pound for pound. Best ever. The greatest heavyweight wasn't Ali. The greatest heavyweight was Rocky Marciano. Undefeated. And he fought hungry fucking fellas him. He never fought the likes of fucking Chuck Wepner, what Ali fought, and all those fucking bums. And Ali was actually beaten, wasn't he? You remember Ken Norton? Bump, bump, bump. Joe Frazier. What all that view? Joe Frazier. Remember him? Iron Mike. He was great, him, Iron Mike. I liked him, but after that, that was it, finished then, boxing. I think I retired when Roberto Duran retired. I said, that's it. And I just don't like boxing at all now today. My grandson's one of these fucking fellas. And he's dedicated. Fucking hell. You know that funny boxing? Stevie, Frank, any news on Canate? New contract being signed? No. I just don't want Jones to go. I'm telling you now. And poets, James Beck was great as private, brilliant. Dad's Army wasn't the same. But no, I never watched it. That's strange that I never watched it after that. It's like Hello. There was a girl in it called Susan Gonshaw. She was one of the original girls, you know, one of the original waitresses, shall we say. And when she left, I don't watch anything when the first series, you know, after the first series and anyone leaves, I don't watch it anymore. Like Hello, and Not Are You Being Served. What was that other fucking thing? Morning Campers, you know that one? With Ted Bowles. That was funny. But that changed. So just don't bother watching them then. Looking forward to the documentary. I enjoy anything to do with the Titanic, says the lovely Jane O'Keefe. Wait till you see this, Jane. Johan. So you took the Bill O'Reilly approach. Remember when he had that outburst on Fox News? Yes. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Admire that, Frank. Censorship is equivalent to a plague. It is, Johan, that attacks the minds. It is. It's freedom of speech, isn't it, really? I fucking hate I really hate freedom of speech. Banning of, you know that, Johan. You know that, my friend. And Stephen says, the Titanic was a beautiful ship before it sank all them years ago. Watching a movie was so sad and loved the song. Stephen Cochran from the Titanic. No, from Diana to the Titanic and the song. Stevie, Frank, cheap broke FSG are going to make 150 million available this summer, plus money from players' sales. Why do you have to buy players trying to fix fucking things? They should have fucking fixed the leaky roof at the Annie Road end. That's what they should have been fucking doing. The new kit is like the 90s, one with white speckles in the shirt when we wore candy stripes, says Stephen. Not fucking one of yous have said about tomorrow, Saturday. Players to be sold: Gomez, Sabikas, Mac, Ryan, Enzo, Chiesa, Gapco. That should bring 150. Who's going to fucking buy Ryan Gavenberch? Didn't you see the fucking thing there with this fucking prick slot? Knowing that he was going, what did he do to Gapco and the other fella. Gravenberch, who's fucking awful. Crap him. What did he do? Gave them a fucking massive rise. So if anyone's, Gravenberch is up for sale, is he going to take a cut in wages? 280k a week? And who's fucking going to give him that? That's why he's at a fucking 6 years in for that prick. And Gapco the same, 250. Who's going to give him 250 to fucking play for them? He's gone, I'll say that you're all right here, boys. Even if you don't get a fucking game, you'll be on your fucking goods wedge. And Phil says, Frank, you need to have a card system, a yellow for mentioning FSG and a red for mentioning slot staying. Save yourself a fortune in the swear, yeah. No, you're right. I think the Anfield are all fucked off. See, I don't give a fuck, Honest. You tell people fucking things and they don't want to fucking know after the fucking sign. You just say, I think they fucking do it to wind me up. And Phil says, as today, GM and Ford in discussion in us to be repurposed to building military equipment. They are delighted to join the MIC. No one wants their cars. Go away. It's fucking horrible. And the Liverbirds are there, Phil. I'd rather have their crap cars than their bloody wars. Yes. Yes. And Phil says it's a racket. And it's always been some American general said that. It's a racket. War's a racket. The live. Frank, if you put 10p every time in the swear jar, by the end of the week, you'll have paid for your tooth. And Johan, we have fans like that as well. We don't want oil money. Lad, the club is owned by Florida Tiny Hats, right? Exactly. They haven't a fucking clue, Johan. They haven't a fucking clue. They're all right as fans, you know what I mean? They're all right as fans, but we know the score, Johan, don't we? All these little tiny hats are fucking everywhere, owning everything. Fired was a dirty old man who abused women when he was alive. The former owner of Fulham and Harrods. Yes. They're all fucking paedophiles. And Liverbird, Grank. I know what you mean. Grank. Frank, could you revive your Zoom and show the documentary on that? Not many be out there yet, but I wish I could, to be honest. But and you know what? Jimmy. Do you know what? I've been paying for it. I stopped the English literature 2 years ago. And I was just paying. Everything is direct debit to me. Everything is paid direct debit. And, you know what I pay out for. I buy everything, you see. If I need it, so I just buy it outright. But, you know, the likes of the utilities things, you know, it's all direct debit, the likes of this. And I only stopped it 2 weeks ago, after 2 years of paying. Because my daughter looked at it, she said, "Dad, what are you paying that for? Are you still on this?" I said, "No." She said, "Stop it." I said, "Okay." And she stopped it. She did. And the lovely lad, Frank, not Grank. Thank you, Liva. You'd be taking your dog out again, won't you? Hey, around the garden. Or the block. Around the block. Never liked the king. He was to the Princess Diana, and the Queen ordered her to kill her off over talk of her being pregnant. Queen Elizabeth, you mean, yeah? Excuse me, by the way. The boxer loved the song sung by Neil Diamond, Sweet. Oh, I love it. I love that. Everyone goes wild to it. Yes. Down, down, down. Brilliant, though. Frank, hello, hello, hello was a big hit in Germany, but not in France, apparently. Oh, I loved it. IDI, that was it. IDI, post, yeah, polo. Poets call, I'm sorry, poet. Yeah, you're right. IDI. Fucking funny, that. Said Bovis. IDI. ODO. Well, she used to go over Marlon, didn't she? IDI. And you're just there, a little crowd going, ODO. Fucking funny, though. There was some great funny series, wasn't there? Can't get it now, though. Benny Hill. Oh. FSG love nothing but profit. That's why they're the king of profits and make millions on the club year in, year out. It's bad news. Yes. King Vader. Are you Vader? Are you Frank? And chat. Johan. I'll predict, since nobody has, Liverpool 3-1, Chelsea. Yes, thank you, Johan. And Johan's a United supporter. He's fucking predicting it. And Stephen, Gravenberch is robbing a living at Anfield. Yes, Stephen, you're right. And the Vader. I think 1-1 Saturday, Slot will fuck us up again. Most probably. And Stephen, no European Cup for Luis Diaz after losing with Bayern. It was a bad game, I thought. Felt sorry for Lewis. But they will fucking hammer they will hammer Arsenal down. PS. Makes me angry why Manchester City, having been hit over them 150 charges, 115, yeah. And they're like, if you get kicked off, one of us will have to have a channel and you'll be the daily guest. Thanks. Live. Stephen says, would love to see them. relegated, fines and trophies taken away. It would be fantastic to see the gang of cheats. Yeah, they had the money and everything, but it's the way it is. It's the way it is. And Phil says, Frank, that auto text stroke spelling grank could have been worse. There are other words that rhyme. I know. I know. I know. You're absolutely right there, Phil. But my little liver, she wouldn't say that to me. Phil, behave. There's a drunk elf in my phone that messes with keyboard. A drunken elf. A drunken It's just looking there, is it? You know, the way it looked like a fucking bald spot there. Suppose look. It's not the light, the way the light is. See? Mad, isn't it? The drunken elf. Sorry. To Owen, are you still intrepid? Yeah, he's there. He's in India, live. He's in India. And the live about the ref last night was atrocious. And Daryl, sexy Daryl says, sorry I'm late, Frank. Been getting garden furniture. Oh, good. We had to have a fair cloth on before Daryl popped in because he's a good friend of mine. Okay, now it's like Alan Titchmarsh now, look. Garden looking lovely now. Chelsea will be tough come the weekend as can't see no change under the balding fraud. With that knobhead in charge is bad news. And see Farage as kisses farewell to any votes Liverpool carrying a scum, right? Yeah. I'm 5 stone down now, says sexy Daryl. My son has been taking the dog out. The dog is called Chomsky. Go away. No, after no. But he came out with a fucking terrible thing the other week, didn't he? And I thought, oh, fuck off, no. Should have called it Che. Breaking news from Sexy Daryl. Bonnie Tyler is seriously unwell in a coma. Do you remember when they called her the Rod Stewart? You know, the voice. She has a deep voice, didn't she? To Bonnie. She has have a look at it. She has a tiny little face, you know. And Stephen says, a nice brewers needs a Frank with a couple of chalky bits. With that chunky Kit Kat. That's how my tooth came out. But you're right. digestive biscuits. That should be the thing. But I'm on a diet. See, with all my puddings, I have sugar-free custard. And Phil says, Liver Birds used to like him, but it's all gone weird around him. Yeah. It feels like, Liver Bird, honestly. And Johan says, no one was in Epstein's plane and was for lockdowns during COVID. Yeah. I used to love him for manufacturing consent, but he's compromised. Now, you'd never think that he'd be compromised, though, would you? Noam Chomsky. You'd never thought that he'd be fucking compromised. And Sexy said, I'm having Orlux. I love Orlux. Do you know what? If you'd have fucking mentioned that last night, you should have been on. I would have gone fucking jar of it today. I love all. And do you know what else I love? Ovaltine. I used to be a little Ovaltine. I am an Ovaltine little girl and boy. I wake up each morning bright and early because I've had my Ovaltine. Loved it. Just shows you fucking cracking up. Frank's on a diet, Daryl's. I am. But I made some spaghetti. I had to make it. I've just got to eat it because I make a great spaghetti. I really do. My spaghetti is beautiful. But the sauces I use. And it's a family recipe. And everyone says, oh, how did she make that? Can you give me the recipe? And I say, no, you're not getting any recipe because you pack me up and my recipe will be in your household. And when you get married and have loads of kids, they'll all be enjoying my recipe. So, no, fuck off. You're not getting it. No one was on the Epstein plane, right, you're right, and was for lockdowns during COVID. I used to love him for manufacturing consent, but he's compromised. Do you think we all could be compromised, Johan? If you know what I mean. I know I couldn't. I'm being honest with you. I couldn't. Not that I'm not that I got like to compromise me with, but I just couldn't. I couldn't live with it. Say it, fucking eat it. Says Sexy Daryl. Yes, Daryl. I'll be watching the Victory Parade live from Moscow on Saturday. So will I. Have you heard what the it wasn't Putin or anything? No, neither Maria Karakova. She came out with a statement, but it was the military themselves fucking sends any fucking drones. And even now they've told every single fucking one of embassies and to get out. And the civilians, get out of Kiev now. Get out. Because they will flatten Kiev. They will obliterate Kiev. They'll send in the Iskanders. They'll send in the Orishniks, in my opinion. Mess about with them on Parade Day, the glorious thing. That's the wrong message, what Zelensky said. I'll ring you tomorrow, Frank. That's what you fucking said yesterday. Sorry. That's what you said yesterday. We'll give you the ring. All right, anyway, Darryl, yeah. I love Bonnie Tyler. And you love everyone, you. She was a good performer, Frank. She done some good hits, yes. Yes. The Chomsky dog is 30. That's almost as old as Chomsky. And see the way she's murdered. That's funny, though. The Chomsky dog is 13. All she had to put was, my Chomsky is 13. The Chomsky dog is 13. Brilliant. My little Chomsky's 13. I'm Phil. Also on a diet for like, are you, Phil? Gym, walking, yoga, boxing exercise. Only lost a bloody pound of weeks. Should have seen me today. I'm fucked, you know. I said to our Francine, I said, last night, texted her, I said, I'm going to go away at the end of the month. Because I pay for the holiday, everything, you know. For myself and my little lovely granddaughter, Sophia. I said, I'm going. Oh, fucking hell. I don't think I'll be able to go. Should have seen the state of me today. My legs fucking completely gone. Fucking terrible. It's killing me. Stephen. Loved Elvis, Aaron Presley, the king of rock and roll, Frank. He was quality back in the day. He was great live, was Elvis. Burning Love. Some song that. Boom. Nothing of you, Frank. Nothing's of you, Frank. What do you mean, Linda? Phil, I walk 3 miles a day and 1,500 calories a day. Fucking hell. No, honest to God, I knew what you meant there. I just realised I've put on a hell of a lot of weight. The weight I've put on is tremendous. I can't book it. Nothing fits me. And I mean that. Trousers, everything. I used to have trousers and I used to always have to wear a pair of braces. I bought a pair of trousers once and I liked them, but fucking hell, even that big. I didn't realise, and I used to have to wear braces. You know, dead tight on me now. And I mean, tight. Oh, for fuck's sake. But there was no garlic in the recipe. No, there wasn't. Yeah, get in there. Yeah, there wasn't. Strange, that, isn't it? And you know my little granddaughter, Yoa? She loves garlic bread. Garlic bread. But I don't have it. I won't cook it here, you know. Because when her mother's out, she does her shopping as well. And I said, what are you buying that for? It's for Sophia. She loves it. Garlic bread. The smell of it. I make a good gnocchi. Go away. La Roma. La Romana. Wild steak in a tomato and black olive. Oh, go away, live bird. I love that. Gnocchi. Steak and tomato and black olive sauce. Go away. Never had that, steak and I'll come down and I'll get all the ingredients, and I've got a great pan. I've got nice pans, I've got my little spaghetti, the pan, more or less cook everything in it. Cracking pan. It's a frying pan, but, them big deep ones. It's not like a wok, but I could use it as a wok, if I got some stir frying. And the bird, Phil, I can confirm the dog has never been on a plane, only me. And she knows what it gets up to when she goes out, when she takes it for a walk. Funny that. That's I love it. I love you people. I really love you, honestly. Obviously, when they target your family, you immediately have to compromise, says Johan, when they start their campaign degrading the quality of your character and not what you said. Just look at Gary Webb. Oh, wasn't that shocking? Johan, wasn't that shocking? Kill the messenger. I think you're the only one. Oh, you and Jason, the only ones who's watched it. And he said it was fabulous as well. And they do. Yeah, I understand about the compromise and that way, but I'm talking about bribes or anything. To be honest, when I was married, I was fucking compromised. I had a job in Rome at the Lord Byron University. I had it. I hate talking about it, thinking about it. What I lost. Then he had another job a couple of years later in Messina, Sicily. Another college. So yeah, they have compromised. And Lindsay said, I've lost two. Go away, have you, Lindsay? You don't need, please, Lindsay, I do. Please believe me, I do really need to lose it. I've got mum boobs. I've got a big belly. Never had a big belly in my life. Got it. I don't know where the fuck I am now. Oh. Darryl. Frank's put on what I've lost. Thanks for helping me, Frank. Fuck off. I think I have, to be honest. And the poets, awful, that about Bonnie. A live rendition of Total Eclipse of the Heart at the 1930 Grammys back in the days before Auto-Tune was something else. It's on YouTube and well worth a watch. Yes. No, she was good live. Give her that. Wonder how the local election is getting on with Labour. I think they're getting fucking. Say, I'm swearing already. I vote. Fucking hell. You're going from fucking bad to worse. Fucking hell, Tara. Just don't fucking vote. Fucking conservative. You're voting in the fucking establishment, mate. You're a fucking Liverpool supporter. We've been fucking fighting them for 30 odd years ever since Hillsborough. Fuck me. Daryl, I'm open for more £1 and pounds in the next 4 weeks, says Phil. £1 in the gym. I will be watching election on BBC Scotland. As a Scot, I would like to see us out. You should have independence. You should have it. Live a bit. What the fuck? This fucking country making a fucking big empire. And even the Yaki Jars should be on their own as well. But I was very surprised at your last referendum to leave. And you never got it. You said no. But that was all the Conservatives, wasn't it? Piling on, saying how doomed you'd be. And yet you hardly had any at all Conservatives in your little government. And yet you voted, you voted against leaving. I couldn't believe that, to be honest. Guys, no talk of food. It's making Frank hungry. I'll have to eat something anyway. Because I never eat before I come on because I fall asleep. And here's what I had before. Before I come on. 10 minutes before I come on. The World Cup fast approaching. Can't wait for it to begin. I won't be watching any of that crap. See, you're not very political, are you, mate? Stephen. I won't be fucking watching it. America shouldn't even be in it. They should be fucking banned, them pricks. Can you see what's happening in Gaza? Or do you support it, Stephen? Fucking hell. Phil says, I have Scottish ancestors, great-grandparent level. They were skint, as were my Irish ancestors. Do you know my name, Carlyle? That was my dad's name. Right. But I always do the Italian side, my mum's side, because I didn't fucking know him, that prick. albeit he was a war hero. Anyway, that's by the by. And I seen Ricky Tomo, and I said, I phoned him. He still have his phone number. And this was in 2001. Hey, Ricky. And he said, oh, hello, Frank. I said, is there any way I can meet Robert Carlyle? Because they were doing a film, 51st State. You know, with that Samuel L. Jackson. And he said, yeah. Then he phoned me back. He said, listen, he said, get down tomorrow. He said, we're having lunch. So I said, okay. Went down, seen him. And he turns out to be my relative, long lost, distant relative, Robert Carlyle. And how we got to that thing, I only said one thing too. I said, is one of your relations down the line the great historian, Charles Dickens's mate, Thomas Carlyle? He said, yeah. I said, he's mine. That's how we knew. And Johan, to Stephen, boycotting this World Cup. Can't bother. Can't be bothered. Can't bother. Okay, now. I'm boycotting it. Frank, when I was 16, my nonna's friend Tosca gave me a spaghetti machine. I said, oh, go away. I still have the original box, and it's got the price. Go away, in Leader. Go away. Ah, your little grandmother, eh? Ah. Do you know what? I got a Christmas present off her. You see him now and again commenting, and he's a great friend, a big red, wonderful lad. Named, I know he's not on here tonight, named Brian Fennell from Seattle. And he comes over, he goes to match, and, you know, we've been out together, having a few beers and whatever. And he sent me I used to say, do you want a coffee? And he go, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. So I give him a coffee. That's all they fucking drink over there. So anyway, I got the old coffee out, give him. I said, how's that? He went, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, Christmas, fucking big parcel came for me. Big heavy fucking thing. And I've got it here, and I can't use it. Coffee beans, this fucking machine things, and a coffee pot, glass, and a sponge. And I still can't fucking make the thing. It's on top of my big fridge. Fucking useless, mate. That's great, that live. It really is. Is Chomsky back yet? Chomsky. Chomsky the dog. He's 13. Brilliant. And Johan, re-bribery. Fuck no. Won't take those sheiks to sell my soul. Yep. Won't take those sheiks to sell my soul. Was it how Whiskey knows this after being rushed to Aussie? Oh, yeah. You know, these are people who, they're old, and yeah. It was like the Queen Mother. I've got, not the Queen Mother, the Duke of Edinburgh, I'm sorry. And this fella was going on about him and fucking really giving it. And he was like 98 or something. And I said, what are you for? I said, he's 98 years of age. He's a fucking old man. Most probably got dementia, he hasn't. Ah, you fucking doctor. Fucking get big. So anyway, I went, oh, behave yourself. I said, give some respect to our elderly. And he told me to fuck off, never to speak to him again. 2 months later, he was fucking dead. I said, okay. Fella who I fucking knew very well. Never speak to me again. Never be able to, unless I go to a seance or a Ouija board or something. And Phil, Robert Greene explains that they destroy a person's reputation to take them down. It happens all over European political life. 3-letter agencies are masters. Yep. These little foreign agencies who go into to cause fucking everything. Colour revolutions, everything. That's what started in 2014. The NGOs, fucking horrible. Starts everything. 2014 Kiev, by the way. Overthrown a government. Yanukovych's government. He's back home with his family. Thanks for being thoughtful. Or is he? You're welcome, Johan. That's nice. I'll be finishing soon, you wonderful people. My knee's starting to pain. And the lovely live a bit. I was in Liverpool for the referendum. The Tories lied about us not being in the EU. And then they took us out of it. Yep. Well, this time I wanted to go back in, but would you like to go fucking back in the EU with von der Leyen running the fucking rules over everyone? Von der Leyen, one of the corrupt pricks of Europe, and Kaya Kallas, that fucking Russophobe. Well, they're all Russophobes in there. They're all corrupt, every fucking one of them. It's a big fucking washing machine. So fuck the EU. I still say Keir Starmer should resign, the big sausage. Yes. I've not voted, Frank. I'm joking. Fucking hope you're there. I hope you're there, Darryl. And Phil, Frank, the Mick Miller story about being an extra in Tenko. No, do you know who that was? That wasn't Mick Miller. That was oh, fucking hell, what's his fucking name? Yeah, go on. Anyway, director looked at him and says, "You're too fat to a Japanese to be a..." And Mick replied, "Yeah, they only caught me, yeah." Do you know what? He stole that, you know. Forget his fucking name. I know him very well. He's dead now. Kearnsey, fucking Jackie Hamilton. Jackie Hamilton. He fucking stole that from him. When I was, doing a little bit of courting, went up to, where was it? Oh, fucking hell. The Montrose. Went up to the Montrose with this one. And we got it. And this fella knew me, and he said, he has it. Do you want to get here? I went, oh, yeah, stage in front, little table, me and her. And she says, you know, Faithful Zone. Yeah, I said, yes. It's like fucking Rigsby. And anyway, Kenzie come on. He came over and he went, all right. He acting drunk. He said, all right. And that's when you could smoke in them days, And he went saying, all right. I went, all right. He said, have you got a ciggy? I've left mine in the machine. And that's what he was like. But that, I'm telling you now, Mick Miller, he must have got that from him. Because, and it was genuine. They were all on, I forget what it was. And he went down as an extra. And exactly, but it was a German thing. And what was the film called? And it was the Prisoners of War. And he was standing there. He had a big belly, big beer belly. And the fella went there, like the casting director. And he walked, and he was looking, and he was saying, yeah. Went to him and went, oh, I can't have you. And he said, why? And he said, well, look at you, He said he only got caught yesterday. Or last night or something like that. It's genuine, that. Tinkle. But it wasn't Tinkle. Are you doing a recorded video this week? Oh, yeah, I'll do one for Saturday. No, I won't. I think I was too late for this week. It was Friday tomorrow. And I couldn't get hold of Jason. He's at the theatre, to do one, so I'll just leave it. No. And I'm back on, aren't I, on Saturday with the watch along. And Daryl says, I've never voted in all my life. It's all a load of bollocks. Yes. I always voted, though. On the last election, it was the first time since I was 18 years of age that I'd never voted. I've always voted. And I've always voted Labour. And the Vader, great actor Robert Carlyle. Yeah, Train Spotting was hilarious, and Full Monty's a classic. Was he sound, Frank? Love Samuel Jackson. Fucking size of him, he's not that tall, That's Samuel Jackson. Okay, now. Anyway, love Samuel Jackson too. He's a massive red after filming. Yeah, but so is Robert Carlyle, He's a massive red. And he was sound. And the way you'd expect him, like, I've seen him in Cracker. First time I ever seen him as a Scouser. But anyway, when I seen him, Ricky introduced, and he's Scottish. He was Scottish. I went, oh. So I was expecting a Scouse accent because he was playing a Scouse. I didn't know about this 51st state, but he was playing a Scouser anyway. And he just laughed. And then, but he was great. He was a smashing lad. I never said, like, give us your address, keep in touch or anything fucking like that. And alive, one day, Frank, I will make you a proper Italian. I'll keep you to your words, With zucchero for dolce. That means for the sweet, by the way. The zucchero is from Florence and is supposed to look like the cupola of a Duomo difference. I've been in there, you know. I've been in there live. And when I went in, I was looking at this fucking big thing on the wall. And I was looking at it for ages. I know what was coming up. And I think he was a monk. I think he was a monk. He came up. He said, "Can I help?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What's that?" He said that was the very first clock ever made. Couldn't tell the time, like. And I said him about the sundials, you know. He said, "No, this is the clock. The very first clock." I said, "How'd you tell the time on it?" And he said, "I don't know." I love Florence. Rome's my favourite city because Florence is my second. I love Florence and I love Rome. And Johan, have you seen that new guy in Hungary? Magyar returned the Ukrainian goals and cash that Orban seized? Yeah. Yeah. Fucking terrible. He's made up now. Zelensky with all that goal. What's he going to fucking do with it? It's not going to go to the fucking people, is it? He's horrible. He's a phony. I think they got at him. He was compromised, that Magyar, because he said he was following Orban's policy, didn't he? Following them. But now he's trying to say, "Oh, I want the oil thing fucking opens up." Fuck off. He was compromised by the EU, von der Leyen, and the rest of them. That's what that was, Johan. You know the score. No one can pull the fucking wool over our eyes. And she'll get a fucking big bounty of it, won't she? And Stephen says the Tories were bastards to Liverpool over the years, especially the Iron Lady. At least she's in the mud. Yes. Frank out there, Corton. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, doing a little, a little spot of Corton. I can't wait for my dinner off the library. That's my train expression. When I'm happy, I give me impression, of trains. Going down the track. And the liver to Steve. The Tories stole our oil and gave it to the Yanks. If we had kept it, we'd be like Norway. It was Thatcher who sold it to Texaco. That's who it was, Liver Bird. She sold the North Sea oil, Scottish oil, to the Americans, Texaco. Texas tea. Looks dapper in his old video, says Phil. Who's that? And the night, lovely Reds and Frank. See you on the flip side. Thanks for a great. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart, Liver. Thank you. And on that wonderful note, I'll see some of you tomorrow, most probably. And we'll have a look at the video. We'll have a look at the Titanic. That. And I just want to thank Gap Painting Services for sponsoring the Frank Carlyle show. Fully time served lads, fully insured lads. Don't get any, there's no fucking cowboys with them. Get them in. If you're an NHS worker or if you're an elderly, get them in because you get very special discounts. If you don't fit into those categories, get them in to give you the price. Do not struggle trying to decorate. Please, just get these wonderful people in. That's Gap Painting Services who sponsor the Frank Carlyle podcast. Every single one. And if you go on a match Saturday, get these in, not get them in. Go to their shop at Scarf or a Badge and be looked after because they've got all great merchandise. Like what I've got on now. Quality. I've had this fucking ages. The Liver Bears upon my chest. Michelle and Michael Dean. Get into them. They're open for 2 hours. And if you can't get to the shop on Saturday, no, sorry, at the next home, yeah. Saturday. Just go on at scarforabadge.com and see the merchandise. Great stuff. And on that wonderful night, that wonderful comment I'm talking about, please, please, try and get on to me tomorrow. Okay, Titanic, don't forget. I'm starting at 7, but I'll be starting the video at 7:30 prompt, and I won't be showing it again. You can all come and visit me in Walton Jail. All right, speak to you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. And to our lovely liver bird, why not take care of me alive? Ciao. Ciao, Bella.